Good evening, Village. It's so nice to see you. Thanks for being here. It is time for Global Tarot Circle. This is our monthly online tarot meetup. We've been doing this since like 2010, 2011, something like that. We started it on WebEx, then we moved to Facebook. Now we're doing it here. So what will we do? Well, we'll start out with readings. And if you have cards with you, you can do readings too. So the first thing I would love for you to do is to tell me where in the world you are, what deck you're working with. Yeah, those two things. And if you have a question. If you have a question, we will do readings. We'll spend like the first half of our hour together doing readings, and we'll do them in a very specific format. I'll read the question aloud. I will pull one card to answer the question. If you would also like to do the reading, you'll also pull a card, and you will put a comment where you will tag the name of the person, the card you pulled, and you'll put your interpretation. So if you ask a question, make sure you scroll through to get the rest of your answer. Now, we are multi-streaming, so not everything is going to be on YouTube. And that's okay. I will do my best to read everyone's readings. If you're not on YouTube horizontal, I will read other people's readings for you so you can get it too. And let's see. Souvenirs Lily? I probably just totally mispronounced your name. But yeah, you can absolutely ask a specific question, and I'm glad you're here. Thanks so much for being here. Okay, it's Lily. Okay. Lily, thanks for being here. Go ahead and ask that question. And let's see who is here. Well, obviously, I am right now in Palm City, Florida, and I am working with my very beat up travel Morgan Greer. Oh, card cam. How about that? Yeah, I am working with my very beat up travel Morgan Greer. Comes in a tin. And that's what I'll be using today. So let's get going with the readings. And when we get about halfway through the hour, we're going to move on to tarot study. So I have something to share, but if you have questions or ideas or thoughts about tarot, divination, psychism, any of that, we will deal with that in the second half of our time together. So let's see. Lee is in Chesapeake, Virginia, using the Van Gogh deck. Barbie Bird, good to see you. Good old-fashioned RWS, can't go wrong with that, in Toronto. Rebecca Dusk, good to see you. In Ontario, using the old-school version of Tarot of a Moon Garden. Wow, I love that. That is so good. Claire C. is in Port Charlotte, Florida, using Radiant Rider-Waite. Absolutely. And Astro Ascension Oracle, using Celestial Tarot from Palm Beach Gardens. Very good. And I'm glad you're here, Astro Ascension, because we got a question. Baby Cakes wants to know, is it some kind of retrograde this week? And I know, like, there probably are those planets like Jupiter or Saturn or something that are like in retrograde for forever, like, for a long time. But I don't know. So Astro Ascension or anyone else, Barbie Bird, you're an astrologer. Anyone else who is an astrologer, what's in retrograde right now? Barbie Bird says no retrogrades, but lots of activity. Okay. Okay. Oh my gosh, Rebecca, you made a bad life decision to put on press-on nails an hour ago. Yeah, that does make shuffling difficult. Okay, I'm going to start with Lily, who is on YouTube Vertical. So if anyone does this reading, I will read the answers aloud for Lily. And Lily wants to know about the person she'll end up with forever. What characteristics might describe this person? Who is this person? So if you'd like to do this reading, at Lily, the name of the card you got and your interpretation. And I've got the 9 of Wands. And I'm going to say it's a person who is prepared for anything. A person who has been through a lot. Definitely been tempered by difficulty and still standing. So a lot of strength. And if anyone else does that reading, I will let you know. Catty Faye, nice to hear there's no planets in retrograde for a change, right? Oh my gosh, Barbie, it's a week of being annoyed and annoying others. Can't go wrong with that. All right, here we go. Smile Soul 20. You are up first. Oh, Astro Ascension says Jupiter is in retrograde. Yeah, I thought one of the big ones might be. Yeah. Oh, Jen Schultz has pulled a card for Lily. 10 of Cups. Whoever it is will make you very happy. That's a nice prediction. All right. Smile Soul 20 is in Connecticut using Modern Witch Tarot. Can't go wrong with that. Let's do Smile Soul 20. What does the universe want me to know? And if you'd like to do this reading, at Smile Soul 20, the name of the card you got and your interpretation. King of Rods or King of Wands. Smile Soul 20. The universe wants you to know that you are a strong leader, that you are spiritual, that you are creative, that you know how to have fun, and you should use these assets. You should know this about yourself. And again, if you'd like to do that reading, at Smile Soul 20, the name of the card you got and your interpretation. For Lily from Rebecca Dusk, it's the Hierophant. It's likely going to be a spiritual person, quite possibly, or someone who is an expert in their field. Okay. Oh, Barbie says Jupiter and Uranus are in retrograde, but they're not as impactful on a daily basis. Right, because they stay in retrograde for like the longest time, right? Yeah, and Barbie about retrograde says, I don't focus on the big one as much, but that's just me. I don't find them to be as impactful in the day-to-day, unlike our beloved Mercury, Mars, and Venus. Yeah, that Venus retrograde is hard. I do not like a Venus retrograde. No, I do not. Okay, up next, we're going to do Jenna Perkins. Jenna's here. Jenna's not reading today, but does have a question. And it's a tough one. We are all sending love and healing to Jenna right now. I found out today that I am going to have surgery on my dominant hand. Of course, it's the dominant hand, right? Of course. What energy is showing up for me going through with this surgery? So if you would like to do this reading, at Jenna, the name of the card you got and your interpretation. The Emperor reverse. There's going to be a period of time when you're not going to be able to do much, and you're going to have to rely on people around you. So make sure you have the people around you that you need. And again, if you'd like to do this reading, at Jenna, the name of the card you got and your interpretation. And remember, when you're doing readings, put the name of the person it's for. When there was just one, I knew who it was for. Now we've read for 3, I have no idea. So put the name of the person. All right. And again, if you ask for a reading and you're on YouTube horizontal, make sure you go through to get the rest of your reading by reading the comments. All right. Lee Kenyon, good to see you. Thanks for being here. Will your stepdaughter Crystal buy a house this year? If you would like to do this reading, at Lee, the name of the card you got and your interpretation. 4 of Cups. That is not a clear yes or no. There's a question about whether she'll be able to. There's a question about whether she'll find a house that she wants. It's a maybe. It's a real maybe, but maybe not. Let's see what other people have to say. Nalini Kalu, you are up next. Thanks for being here. I'd like a message from the universe about this year and what's in store for me. Any specifics would be appreciated. All right, if you'd like to do this reading at Nalini, the name of the cards you got and your interpretation. Death. I think this year you're going to make significant change. Could be change in where you're living, could be change in where you're working, but significant change. Dream It Possible over on Twitch. So nice to see you. Thank you for being here. It's Global Tarot Circle. We are doing readings. If you have a question, we would love to read for you. If you've got your cards with you, you are more than welcome to read for others. All right. Next question. Baby Cakes, thanks for getting us started on a conversation about retrogrades. I literally do appreciate that. But I think what the resident astrologers of the village are saying is, while there are some planets in retrograde, nothing that you're probably feeling right now. But there may be other astrological things going on that you are feeling. So your question, Baby Cakes, what message do your spirit guides have for you? And if you'd like to do this reading at Baby Cakes, the name of the card you got and your interpretation. Okay. Baby Cakes. Oh, this is fabulous. 10 of Pentacles. The message here is very much about stability, good family situation, good money. It makes me think that the job you're at may actually turn out to be good, or you may get a good job very soon. Either way, this is good for your own home. It's good for money. It's good for romance. It's just so good. So the message is maybe things are really getting better. And again, if you'd like to do this reading at Baby Cakes, the name of the cards you got and your interpretation. Hey, Nina, 82 Gems. I'm happy to see you. Thanks for being here. It's Global Tarot Circle. We do readings. We're here for an hour. We do readings in the first half and tarot study in the second. And we're in the first half right now. So if you have a question, go ahead and ask. And if you've got your cards and want to do readings, you absolutely can. The next question is Astro Ascension. Astro Ascension, good to see you. You're looking for guidance on buying a new car. All right, that's always a stressful time, right? All right, so if you would like to do this reading at Astro, the name of the card you got and your interpretation, guidance for a new car. 2 of Swords reversed. Be super careful. Be super careful, especially if you're looking at direct sale. Like maybe don't. Maybe don't. Definitely follow all of the important rules here to make sure that
for me.
That was interesting. That scared me. That was the smart speaker. No, it was not. I was like, wait a minute, are y'all talking to me? No, I wish. Got to get Discord going, I think. Okay, so Astro Ascension, 2 of Swords reversed. Do not pull the trigger until you are really at peace with the decision, and make sure you're doing like all the normal stuff that needs to be done. Good luck. And if you'd like to do this reading at Astro, the name of the card you got and your interpretation. Okay. Nina, 82 Gems. This is over on Twitch. So if you do this reading at Nina, Nina, I'll see it and I'll read it aloud so Nina can get all their cards. Okay. My question for now is guidance on which direction is the best given all the choices. All right. Guidance for Nina on Twitch. 6 of Wands reversed. You need to be careful. You need to be really careful with what you choose. And you need to choose the thing that allows you the opportunity for success. That's the bottom line. And so if you would like to do this reading at Nina, the name of the card you got, and your interpretation. Oh, I love that tarot humor is happening, Rebecca. That is fabulous. And thank you, everyone, for doing readings. I'm seeing you doing it, and it makes me happy. We're going to do another one over on Twitch for Dream It Possible. And this is about R, who I think might be an X. What is their energy, and are they happy with their life? If you would like to do this reading at Dream, DREAM, the name of the card you got, and your interpretation. Okay, for Dream It Possible, I got the 9 of Pentacles reversed. I think there may be money issues and confidence issues, so not entirely happy. For Nina over on Twitch, we have from Jen Schultz, the 4 of Pentacles, protect your peace. That's the most important thing. From Claire C, so good to see you. Queen of Wands reversed, trust your instincts and follow your passions. Okay, very good. Trey, Teresa, thanks for joining us. Good to see you. You are in the queue. Let's get going. Who is next? We're back over to YouTube, where we are looking at DH. So good to see you. What does the universe want me to know about January, February, and March? So Q1, essentially, what does January want you to know? Or no, what does the universe want you to know about Q1? So that's DH. If you'd like to do this reading at DH, the name of the card you got, and your interpretation. King of Cups, your Q1 DH is about leadership and love. Recognizing that love doesn't necessarily have to be romantic. It can be friendship, it can be family, it can be spiritual, but leadership and love. There it is. And if you'd like to do this reading at DH, the name of the card you got, and your interpretation. Okay, for Dream It Possible over on Twitch, Claire C. Thank you, Claire. 5 of Swords. They're healing and picking up the pieces. And from Astro Ascension for Dream It Possible, 10 of Wands reversed. Try not to worry too much about the connection and release the burdens. All right. Very good. Claire C. So good to see you. Thanks for being here. What does the universe want me to know? If you would like to do this reading, at Claire, the name of the card you got, and your interpretation. 10 of Pentacles reversed. I think the universe wants you to know that you are concerned. You are concerned about things you see going on around you. Excuse me. And the concern is understood, but you are not alone in your concern. The universe wants you to know that you are not alone in your concern. And again, if you'd like to do this reading at Claire C, the name of the card you got, and your interpretation. All righty. Horse-drawn portrait over on Twitch. I want to ask again how it will go if I play on the team again. Please excuse me. Okay. If you would like to do this reading at Horse, the name of the card you got and your interpretation, and if I see it, I will read it aloud so Horse can hear it. Okay. How will it go if you play on the team? Well, the Tower. That's not necessarily a bad thing, but it is an intense thing. If you are not ready for intensity and things that could be unexpected, maybe don't do it. If you're okay with intensity and things that you didn't expect, perhaps yes. All right, if you'd like to do that reading at Horse, the name of the card you got and your interpretation, Horse says, geez, I know. But it doesn't mean don't do it. It just means be prepared for the intensity. All righty. Let's see if anyone gets better cards. All right. Let's see. Scrolling through and looking for questions. Jackie Masters, good to see you. Jen Schultz, good to see you. Okay. I'm sorry, just scrolling through. Keep doing your readings. Don't mind me. Oh, Nina82 says, thank you. That helped extremely. So everyone, thank you for participating. That is what we are here to do. So good. And it's such good practice. Okay. Thank you, everyone, for doing readings. Liz Harrison, so good to see you. Oh, man, you had a heavy conversation, Liz, and I remember you getting a card recently about having to have a heavy conversation, so you did it. Okay. So, Liz Harrison, how did Jay receive the heavy conversation today? What can I expect next? If you would like to do this reading, at Liz, L-I-Z, the name of the card you got and your interpretation. Okay, so how did Jay receive the heavy conversation? What could you expect next? King of Pentacles. Stoically, I think we're definitely trying to behave appropriately. So there is a real desire to hear this and not be reactionary to it. I think we are trying to be grounded, and I think we're trying to be mature. That's the goal. We'll see what comes next. Again, if you'd like to do this reading, at Liz, the name of the card you got and your interpretation. Okay, coming in on YouTube Portrait, Montaigne. Will I have a BF soon? I assume that could be a boyfriend. If you'd like to do this reading, at Montaigne, the name of the card you got and your interpretation, I will read it aloud if you do. And the answer is yes, you absolutely will. 10 of Pentacles, and a good one as well. I think this will go well. And Dream It Possible says to everyone, thank you to everyone for doing readings. Much appreciated. I will echo that. I appreciate all of you so very much. And thank you, everyone, for being here. And, of course, a special shout out to the members, the subscribers, all the things, all the good people who help out here. Okay. Scrolling through, Trey Cameron. I see you next. A card from the universe. So just looking for a message from the universe for Trey. If you would like to do this reading, at Trey, T-R-E-Y, the name of the card you got, and your interpretation, a card with a message from the universe, can't get better than that. Temperance. You have all the right ingredients. You have everything you need, Trey. Creatively, magically, you have everything you need, and time. You have everything you need to create what you want in your life. Okay. Okay. I think I missed Jen Schultz's question. Hang on, let me go back and find Jen. Okay, here we go. We're doing Jen Schultz next. If you want to do this reading, at Jen, Jen. My question is, what is the best way to avoid getting bogged down with all of this? Right? Understood. And Jen, thanks so much for being here. We appreciate you. So, the best way to avoid getting bogged down with all the things The Queen of Wands reversed. Cut yourself slack and give yourself a break. You don't always have to be in its face, and you don't always have to be the one to help. You're allowed to retreat and you're allowed to rest. Again, if you'd like to do this reading, at Jen, the name of the card you got and your interpretation. Oh, feedback from Liz. Thank you. Yes, I had the conversation and it went clunky and difficult, but it was needed. He showed up differently than usual, which threw me off. Thanks, everyone. Oh, Jen, you also pulled Temperance for Trey. Gotcha. All right. Oh, man, Trey, you changed your question and I didn't see it. If we have time, we'll do that one too. Thanks for being here. Teresa, good to see you. Wow, this is amazing, everyone. Listen up to this. I was nominated for a leadership course at university, fully paid by your job. And this is your shitty job that you weren't liking so much, but obviously they're liking you. I don't know if that means they see potential and want me to stay long-term or what. I was starting to apply elsewhere, so I'm torn. Well, let's take a look. Let's take a look. The question is, why is the job that she has not really been enjoying nominating her to take this leadership course? What are they thinking? Should she stay with the job? What's up here, people? At Teresa, the name of the card you got and your interpretation. Okay. Teresa, we got the Two of Swords here. I think that they are trying to cultivate leadership, but I don't think this means that you have to not look for other jobs. I think you can take the course. I think you can do it. If it's a short course, just take it and then look for other jobs if you want. If it requires a commitment, you have to think about that. Because I don't know that this is going to make you want to stay. And so my thought is, if you can try to do the course and try to see how it goes here, but also look elsewhere, I think that's fine. And congratulations. Again, if you'd like to do that reading, at Teresa, the name of the card you got and your interpretation. Over on Instagram, we see Queen of Glam Tarot, who we're going to be seeing at StaarCon as well. And we see Magic with Hamza. So good to see both of you. Queen of Glam, do you have a question for today? We're so happy you're here. Magic with Hamza does have a question. Additional insight for the journey of manifesting a new relationship. If you would like to do this reading, at Hamza, the name of the card you got and your interpretation. And if there are readings for Hamza, I will read them aloud. And the Tower reversed, it's really about healing from past trauma and allowing the idea that good things can happen. That's really the key. All right. Here we go. Scrolling through, and make sure if you're on YouTube and you asked a question, please make sure to scroll through and get the rest of your answers. TJ and GA, good to see you. What do I need to know about my love life? And if you would like to do this reading at TJ, the name of the card you got and your interpretation. What do I need to know about my love life? TJ, you need someone you can trust and you need someone who is a deep thinker. Again, if you'd like to do this reading at TJ, the name of the card you got, and your interpretation. Barbie, I skipped you. I'm so sorry, but you are doing the right thing, because this is the hardest one for me, because I encourage everyone to chat and do readings, and then I have to go through and pick out the questions. And so it's easy for me to skip. So if you think I should have gotten to you by now and I didn't, do as Barbie did and reiterate your question. Barbie says, I was skipped maybe. Yeah, maybe you were. Just a general reading. What do I need to know right now? if you'd like to do this reading at Barbie, the name of the card you got and your interpretation. Oh, I love this. 3 of Swords reversed, healing and improvement on the way. This is a good thing. Healing and improvement on the way. So we love that. Okay, and again, if you'd like to do this reading at Barbie, the name of the card you got and your interpretation. We are continuing on with readings, but we are also right now opening the floor to questions about tarot, psychism, tarot readings, tarot cards, divination. If you have a question to discuss here, go ahead and put it on in as we continue to do readings. All right. Let's see. Jennifer Melissa Diaz, good to see you. A message from Spirit. Okay, if you would like to do this reading at Jennifer, the name of the card you got and your interpretation. Knight of Pentacles reversed. So I'm going to say something interesting about this. Message from Spirit. Knight of Pentacles reversed. There can be an awful lot of frustration, whether this is with colleagues, with friends, with family, with kids, people not doing things on the timeline that you would like. It's not really avoidable. There's not much you can do about it. So make sure that you are kind of centered in yourself and your own timeline. All right. If you'd like to do this reading at Jennifer, the name of the card you got and your interpretation. Okay. Okay, scrolling through, looking for those questions. Oh, for Montaigne. Astro says, Queen of Wands reversed, build your confidence and you will get a boyfriend. Focus on your inner passion. That's beautiful. I love that. Okay, lots of great readings here. Thank you, everyone, for participating. And, okay, Catty Faye, I didn't see a question from you. Did you have a question? And Jean, good to see you. Thanks for being here. Did you have a question? Okay, we have, oh, I do see your question. We will do this in a moment. But we have a question, a study question. We're sort of gradually moving from readings into study. We have a study question from Smile Soul 20 about manifestation. Been trying to manifest some things with no luck. So, my question to anyone who wants to ring in on this, what is manifestation? How does it work? How do you do it? Do you call it that? Do you call it magic? What do you do? How do you make things happen in your spiritual practice? Let me know what has worked, what has been successful. What are your thoughts? We all want to know. Smile Soul 20 wants to know. All right. And let's see. For Jean, we're looking for eyes, feelings, and or intentions toward you. If you'd like to do this reading at Jean, the name of the card you got, and your interpretation. Three of Cups, definitely interested in hanging with you. Not sure how serious it is, but definitely interested in hanging. And again, if you'd like to do this reading at Jean, the name of the card you got, and your interpretation. And regarding manifestation, Jean says, show gratitude and release it. So show gratitude for what you're about to receive, release it, and don't hold any doubts or negative thoughts. That actually makes a lot of sense. And even when we talk about Christian prayer, that's something my mother used to say, take it to God and leave it there. The release, that's good. Hey, Vincent, so good to see you. Thanks for being here and thanks for playing our game. Let me know if you have a question. Revival of Venus, it's good to see you. Morimika, good to see you on Twitch. Thanks for being here. We are just starting our study portion of the program. What card I had at the bottom of the deck? Oh, can we talk about that? I mean, I've already shuffled. I have no idea. This reading the card at the bottom of the deck. When did y'all young people start doing that? Like, I just started hearing about it in maybe the past 5-10 years. But if you read, so here's the next question. If you read the bottom of the deck, the card at the bottom of the deck, what is it? What does it mean? What does it add? What do you do with the card at the bottom of the deck? I will tell you the one and only time I look at cards at the bottom of the deck, it's when I'm doing a 3-card reading this way, whatever topic, whatever spread I'm using. And we go like this. And if I'm like, oh, I need more, then I'm going to do the next card and say, well, let's dig a little deeper. What's deeper information? And then I'm going to say, well, let's see what lies beneath. And I'll take the bottom of each pile. So now I have expanded a 3-card spread to a 9-card spread. And the cards on the bottom are what lies beneath. What's at the very bottom of this? That's how I do it. Would love to hear. So we're talking about 2 things. We're talking about manifestation, magic, and prayer. And we're talking about the card at the bottom. Now, Jean says it shows the internal energies not brought to the surface. So where did that come from? Like, which book, which author, who started this? And what does it mean? Like, the subconscious message, aren't all the cards the subconscious message? Isn't that why we're doing this? Like, I'm pushing back on this one. And if it works for you, like, there are no tarot police. Whatever works for you is freaking awesome. But my old lady self is like, the entire cards are about the subconscious. How is one more, even more subconscious? Like, help me understand this. Jean, according to who? Which tradition? Even for reading playing cards, which I don't do, the bottom of the deck is important. To whom, which tradition? Is that French style? Help me. I want to know more. Thank you so much. Okay, Jennifer says, manifestation results from alignment, attention, and action. So let me see if I understand that. I don't know what alignment means in that regard. I think it might mean you're not going to be able to manifest it unless it's in alignment, but I'm not sure. Attention, you're putting your energy there because wherever your attention goes, that's where energy goes. Makes sense. And action, right, the magical and the mundane must go together. So if you're manifesting a new job, you can't just set the intention, you also have to actually apply. Oh, Jean, I was very young, can't remember the book, but I've followed it for decades. I wonder if it comes. Thank you for sharing that. I wonder, because it's a fairly new thing in tarot. I wonder if there's a playing card tradition that brought that to us. In the same way that, like a lot of new tarot traditions aren't tarot traditions at all. They're Lenormand traditions. And so when Lenormand became popular in the US in like 2012, 13, 14, all of a sudden we've got these new tarot traditions that are kind of fun, but they didn't come from tarot, right? So it's a lot of fun. Oh, that's good. Caddy Faye says, well said, Jennifer Melissa Diaz. I'm going to quote you in my journal. That's so good. Okay, so Magic with Hamza. Hey, thanks for coming on over here. Your manifest process. Build your desire. Ask, focus, affirm, visualize. Work on your vessel to receive. Not sure what that piece means. Surrender and have certainty attached fully. Got to believe in it. Oh my gosh. Greer explored the bottom of the deck energy from Barbie. Cool, thank you. I will go look, and Rachel. So both Greer and Rachel Pollack did as well. That is interesting to know. I do not know how I missed that. That's really interesting. I will go do it. Now, Vincent says, as long as you're pulling a card randomly, it doesn't matter where in the deck it comes from. Yeah, you and I are on that same page. I would tend to agree. Astro, I substituted the back of the deck with astrology dice. Cool. Oh, here's a question from Laughing Cap. How do you feel when you know you've shuffled enough? I love that. Usually the cards will tell me, and they will tell like that. Like, did I really need to shuffle? Probably not. The cards will tell me because they stop shuffling easily. And so then I'll still do a few of these, but I will stop riffling as soon as they sort of, the cards start to resist. And at that point, I'm like, okay, we're good. But I'd love to hear that from other people. When do you stop shuffling? Magic with Hamza, the vessel, hear your blocks. The spiritual vessel, prayer and gratitude. Gotcha. Tapping the cards. Claire wants to know about tapping the cards. Like the people who like knock on the cards, like we're going to do a reading. So that the appeal to the spirits. I don't love that. Some people do it. Does anyone do that? Does anyone here knock on the cards? Now I do this to clear the cards. I do that. Everybody does it differently. Regarding the shuffle, my body freezes mid-shuffle. That's how I know to stop shuffling. Oh, let's see. Hang on, scrolling back. I'm missing so much fun stuff here. Oh, GM Marcus, I was going to ask about techniques for manifestation via tarot. Yeah, tarot magic is huge. GM Marcus, as a game master, drawing from the bottom of the deck adds what feels like additional randomness. Something in the chest in the dark corner of the room where you wouldn't have looked. Yeah, I see how it has that energy. And now that I know that both Greer and Pollock have written about it, they certainly didn't in the 70s. But I'm going to go and find out and see what people are saying about it, because I've always thought it was sort of an unnecessary practice, much like pulling a clarifier card for everything, like people were doing in like 2014 or so. Everybody had a clarifier card for everything. Like we're assuming we don't know, right? So, trends change over time. It's so interesting to see. Barbie, you're going down the rabbit hole. That is so good. Okay, so you've been working on manifestation for 3 to 6 months. Jeannie says knocking on the cards clears the energy if you're doing readings for multiple people or different questions. Gotcha. Yeah. So let's talk about, dream it possible. How do you know if the cards are giving the right answer? That's a good question. If anyone wants to ring in on that, I'd love to see. I'm going to say the cards always give the right answer. How do you know if you're interpreting it correctly? And the answer is you don't. You don't. You wait and see. But, depending on the question, if it's a prediction, you wait and see. If it's advice, you see if that advice resonates for you and if that feels good and feels like what you wanted to do anyway. But, the late, great Donald Michael Craig used to talk about how tarot readers will constantly read on, should I do this? What will be the results if I do this? And we don't care what cards we get. We do it anyway, right? We ignore the divination and do it anyway. So there it is. Now let's talk about tarot magic. And here's the thing, again, I'm so old. I am so old, and that makes me so old school. I use the word manifestation because it's come into popularity. But at the end of the day, for me, it's magic. We're doing magic. And magic has tradition. And so for me, it's not necessarily about just visualize it and believe in it and be grateful for it. It's more, it's that, yes, but it's also what tools are you going to use? Like to use a magical tool. And even when I've had no tools around me, no cards, no access to anything, I've pulled hairs out of my head and used the hairs as magical tools for not magic. And did that magic work? Oh, 100% yes. So for me, I'm trained to use tools. And I love tarot for this. So basically, what do you want to manifest? You go through the deck face up and find the cards or cards that represent what you want to manifest. And what I will do is I will create an altar. And let's say, okay, what do I want to manifest? Good things for my home, my family, whatever. I will place it on my altar and I will state aloud what my goal is. This card will bring me whatever it is I want. I visualize it and I hold it in my head. I hold that vision in my head as if it's already happening. It's not a wish. It's not a prayer. It's not a desire. I am seeing it happening in my mind's eye, like right now, present tense, first person, it's happening. And then I release it. And I may release it by ringing a bell. I may chant or drum and build energy that way. I may do breathing, but there's going to be a building of energy and a releasing of energy. So that's how I do it. What do y'all think about that? What do you think about that? Claire, tonight I drew the Queen of Wands over and over. Usually that's my granddaughter. Should I contact her and just check in? Absolutely. Absolutely. Oh, Magic with Hamza, you also do this. Gotcha. Very good. Rebecca Dusk, that's actually comforting. Good. All right. So, yeah, Trey, when you change questions, I can see it because I'm using a third-party chat aggregator to try to get all the chats. Okay. Oh, the vision board with tarot cards. That's smart, Hamza. Hamza creates a vision board with tarot cards. That's really great. I love that. All right. Trey, that sounds fancy. I know, I'm such a fancy person. So I wanted to show you something. Oh, Robin Renee, so good to see you. Thanks for being here. Oh, regarding stopping shuffling, Lee, I stop shuffling when I feel like it. Yeah, makes sense. Jen, I've done tarot magic like that, but I also feed it. Go back and light candles or incense or give it wine, depending on the working. Yes. If you have more than one deck and therefore don't have to shuffle the cards back in to use them anytime soon, you can keep that altar up for a while and like maybe through a moon phase or something like that. And as Jen says, you can feed it. Go in, pour wine into a cup, light a candle, do some incense, feed it. That's good. I like that very much. Robin Renee, it is so good to see you. So yeah, we all have our own way. Like Smile Soul 20 says, well, is it the same for everyone? I'm going to say no. For cultural reasons, for all kinds of reasons. We all have what works best for us. And so trial and error is a thing. There are schools of magical practice, specifically ceremonial magic. Do we have any ceremonial magicians here? Like ceremonial magic has to be done exactly the right way. But if we're talking about more eclectic work like this, you keep trying till you find what works. Oh, Trey, this most recent full moon was absolutely beautiful from where I was. That is lovely. So, I want to, did anyone have other comments on how do you know if your interpretation of the cards is correct? That was a great question. Does anyone have anything else to say about that? I want to share with you, the members, some of the members will know this. Ah, yes, Hamza. There are a few books on tarot magic, such as Tarot Talismans and Making Tarot Magic. Yes. In fact, my book, Tarot Tour Guide, has a whole section on tarot magic as well. Claire, keep a journal. Absolutely. Yes. Um, so, when we did our members only live stream last, I invented a tarot spread on the fly. I did it for like one person, maybe two people, because it was lengthy and longer than it should have been. But I really like the spread, and I've used it for a few people since, and it's really interesting. So I want to share this spread with you. It is a spread for the new year, and it teaches an interesting technique. So we're going to do this for the collective just so you can see this spread. We're going to do 4 cards, and we're going to interpret them for the first 4 quarters. No, for the first 4 quarters. 1 for each quarter. So Q1, Q2, Q3, Q4. So there's your reading for how 4 cards for the new year. How will the new year be? Q1, Q2, Q3, Q4. But then go back and interpret them by element, assigning the 4 elements in the sort of Eastern way that we do it, in the Western way that we do it, starting in the East. That was confusing. So it's going to be air, fire, water, earth, and extra points if you have an air card in the air position, a fire card in the fire position, as I do for these first 2, but not for these. And obviously we have a predominance of air here, so we would interpret that as well. So what do you think about this spread generally? And what do you think about a spread where the cards mean more than one thing, so you interpret them using one set of interpretations and then go back and interpret them with another set of interpretations? Do you do spreads like this at all? What do you think of that technique? I think it's really helpful because it teaches reading in context, right? So like for Q1, with the Queen of Swords reversed, I'm going to say, be really careful about communication. Q1, you're going to have a lot of issues with communication, and make sure the people around you have integrity. But interpreting this card as an air card, I'm going to say, trust yourself. Make sure you are trusting yourself, and make sure you are in your own integrity. Right? So very different interpretations. Okay, so Nina says that's a very elegant spread. Thank you. Trey says, as an astrologer now, I want to do this for each of the planets. I love it. GM Marcus, I love the elemental associations with tarot. Resonates with what I learned in Asian martial arts. Yeah, absolutely. Oh, I love this. Astro Ascension, I created some planetary flow spreads. That is so cool. So what about that idea that we interpret the cards again using a different set of criteria? I think that's a lot of fun, and I think that that provides a real practice for us. Let me know what you think. And we are in our last 6 minutes. So let me know what other questions or concepts you have. We are talking about magic, manifestation, and prayer. How do you do it? Tarot spreads and different ways of interpreting the cards. We were talking too about the trends that come up in tarot, and very specifically the bottom of the deck card. Claire C., if the card is reversed, does it affect the element? I don't think it affects, like, the fact that it was an air card in the air position. I did not care that it was reversed, but I did use the reversal in the interpretation, if that makes sense. Lee Kenyon, I'm old too. I think the ritual matters. Yeah. And here's the thing, like, generally, like, I've been in these great conversations with like people where there's like a Wiccan and a ceremonial magician and a Christian witch and like all these different people. And one thing we all agreed on is that in time of great need, you can do anything. Like, there is a certain magic that can come to anyone at a time in great need. I think maybe that's like the miracle of the Old Testament, even. But yeah, I do think some kind of ritual helps us work with the energy, because manifestation is energy work. It's not something we're wishing for. It's energy work. And so ritual helps us work with the energy. That's what I think. AM, some people do not use reversals. I've always wondered why. So yeah, ring in on your thoughts on reversals. I'm going to say not every tradition requires them. I'm weight-based, and most of the people who follow me are weight-based because that's what I do. And if you're Crowley-based, Crowley does not use reversals. Crowley uses elemental dignities. So that's one thing. That's one thing. But the other thing, I think, is just so much misinformation, where people believe that reversals are negative. People believe that reversals are bad. And so they don't use them because I don't want any negativity. But it's not negative. Sometimes it's incredibly helpful. So yeah, there's that. Trey, miracles are real. People heal from illnesses that doctors claim terminal all the time. Yeah, in times of great need. Oh, AM, you've got to wait circa 1983. Sure. And Nina says, I read reversals only if called to do so. And I don't on oracle readings. Yeah, I don't with oracles either, unless the oracle creator had a protocol for it. But I will say that if you don't use reversals and you don't use elemental dignities, what you're going to be doing is using your intuition to determine dignity anyway. That's what I think. Yeah, AM, that's pretty vintage for sure. So we are in like our last 2 minutes. My goodness. Thank you, everyone, for joining, for hanging out, for spending time with us, for doing readings. Really appreciate you. I appreciate all of you. Now is a great time. Okay, so Astro Ascension. So for you, reversals are blocked and delayed energies for me. And that's great. Like, if that works in your practice, that's fabulous. For me, reversals are, look at it differently. Might be a block, might be full on, might be in the past, might be in the future. Just look at it differently, and then you decide what kind of different it's going to be. Do I have a 1972 Rider Waite? Trey wants to know. Not sure. I don't think so. My first deck would have been, my first deck was the yellow box rider in the with the plaid blue back, but you could get that today, right? Oh, Nina, you are so kind. Thank you so much. All right, time for shameless self-promotion. If you want to put into the thread, the chat, a website, a blog post, a YouTube channel, your Instagram, any way for people to connect with you, go ahead and do so. I'll do mine verbally. I'm available for readings. There's a link in the description to book with me. And we are getting ready to announce dates for StaarCon 6. I am going to say that too. Oh, Astro Ascension, you're streaming on your channel, and that's your channel right there, right? So people can just go there. If you haven't had enough of this kind of content, go check out Astro Ascension Oracle tonight. What time? All right, my friends, I want to thank you all so very much. Thanks for bringing new ideas. Thanks for sharing your skills. Thanks for sharing your experiences. Thanks for being part of this community. Welcome to the people who are new. Thank you to the members, the subscribers, all of the supporters. I appreciate all of you so very, very much. Really appreciate you. Oh, Vincent, Christiana's reading for me was amazing. Highly recommend. Thank you so much. Joyous Ocean, great to see you. And Astro Ascension is streaming like right now, so go on over there and check him out. And I will look forward to seeing you soon. We have our in-person tarot meetup on Sunday, Panera Bread, Palm City. I'm doing a psychic gallery at Banyan Soul Yoga Saturday afternoon, Stuart, Florida. Check all that out. My friends, I appreciate you so much. This is a monthly event, so join us next month. And we have other great things coming up on my multi-streaming platform very soon. I'll certainly be back on Friday with your Friday weekly wrap-up. I appreciate all of you so very much. Take really good care.